It's 10:30. That means it's time for Celebrity Dish. You hear her, Fox 5 contributor, all around good girlfriend.
Hello. Joy. I'm so happy to see y'all back.
It's good to be back.
I missed y'all.
I missed you. I missed you more, actually.
We're back. The dynamic trio right here.
Yes, indeed.
And you're bringing the colors per usual.
Yes, you know, I gave y'all a little Papa something. You know how I do.
A little Papa Sunshine Roses. Yes, roses and sunshine.
It doesn't get any better than having you out of Joy.
Oh, Steven.
And we need this, especially with the first Celebrity Dish story.
Ooh,
So
let's get into it.
First up is a celebrity feud I know I didn't see coming. Find out that superstar Kevin Hart, he has revealed he has a beef with someone who's probably just as famous, if not more famous, that goes back years. Producer Chris, please spill the tea.
I want them to settle it on the basketball court. How funny would that be to watch? We are talking about Kevin Hart and NBA superstar, former NBA superstar, I should say, Michael Jordan. So last month, during a stop in Atlantic City for his Acting My Age tour, Kevin explained it all started at a celebrity event that he hosted for MJ. His airness. Kevin says Jordan showed up late, so he hit him with a quick joke. He says it was all in fun, but Jordan wasn't laughing. Instead, he says Michael Jordan got an attitude. Kevin says MJ hasn't spoken to him since. But don't feel sorry for Kevin. He claims he could not care less. Speaking of Michael Jordan, he's in Ocean City right now for the Marlin Open, by the way, guys. But this sounds right on brand for both of them. Kevin Hart making a quick on-the-spot joke. Michael Jordan not necessarily having the greatest sense of humor.
It definitely checks all the boxes. I was laughing inside at the picture that we posted with his face, basically like one more coming over there with Jordan. But yeah, it also reminds me of his quote from his documentary that people share all the time. And I took that personal.
And I took that personal.
Yeah, I took that personal. You know, it was not a laughing matter.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Hart, you came up a little bit short with that joke. But you know, here's the thing. When it comes to MJ just has like somewhat of a serious kind of personality, right? Like, we don't really see him smiling and joking around that much. But yeah, I mean, maybe MJ was late because of something that happened, maybe an emergency, and he just wasn't in the mood or whatever. But when it comes to Kevin Hart, you know, you just gotta laugh it off, right? Yeah.
Is that something with GOATs, greatest of all time people in general? Because remember, they had the roast for Tom Brady, and he took issues with some of the jokes. Maybe someone at that level, they're just not used to being laughed at.
Yeah.
And they're not above reproach when it comes to that. We can talk about them too.
I mean,
I'm not talking about Michael Jordan,
I think you
though.
might be right in that they're surrounded by kind of yes men, and maybe they're not used to the trash talk. But you would think Michael Jordan, after years on the court, he would be used to a little bit at least.
So.
Or if you're asking Kevin Hart to MC an event for you, you might expect a little joke here and there at your own expense. Let's talk about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck now, because apparently J-Lo is both humiliated and furious with her possibly soon-to-be ex-husband. So a source told Page Six, Ben is the one who initiated getting back together. They say Ben, though, humiliated her because she made a big deal that he's the love of her life. Her album and the accompanying Amazon Prime documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, was inspired by their relationship, you remember. The pair eloped in Las Vegas back in July of 2022. All right, so that's part one of this story. Now here's part two, an unexpected voice weighing in on this possible split. And we're talking about former Death Row CEO Suge Knight. He shared a theory on his podcast that the FBI gave Ben Affleck incriminating evidence that was found at Diddy's home during that raid, remember, of J-Lo's role in the nightclub shooting back in 1999. And Suge Knight speculates that that has something to do with this split, guys.
So Ben is trying to get out of Dodge before all of that comes out. Per Suge Knight.
Per Suge Knight.
Here goes Suge Knight again.
He's Suge Knighting, right?
Suge Knight. He's always poking his nose. He always got some tea about something. But here's the thing about Suge Knight, though. He might be on to something, because Suge was all up in the mix back in the day, and he ran really tough with Diddy and the whole crew. So he could have some truth to what he's saying. But here's the thing about the J-Lo and Ben Affleck situation. We'll never fully know what the truth is, right? There's always going to be a source or someone close to the situation that knows something and will feed to the public. All we know is that they're splitting up. They're probably not going to get back together. Hopefully not, because I'm kind of over this whole Ben and Jennifer saga.
But to the first part of the story, I mean, if she's upset about them breaking up and he was the one who wanted to get back together in the first place, it sounds that like the divorce was his idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like if someone comes to you, I want to be with you, and you're like, okay, I'll do it. And then they dump you?
Yeah.
That hurts.
It does hurt. So maybe Suge Knight is on to something,
I'm
y'all.
just saying.
Listen to his podcast. Let me see.
You got a clip of it, Chris?
I don't, but we are going to talk about another podcast now, okay? And this one involves Detroit rapper Big Sean and his 8-year relationship with Jhené Aiko and why he hasn't tied the knot yet. So Big Sean sat down with Charlemagne the God on his Out of Context podcast to talk about his relationship. He said he didn't want to get too personal, but he says, just to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs, and I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. He said, to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. He added that marriage being something people are required to do is, quote, almost a fear-based way of thinking. So this split a lot of people on social media. Some people said that if he is waiting for a perfect relationship, he is never going to get married. Other people said if he is not at the point where he feels ready to commit until death do them part, then he's doing the right thing by not proposing.
Right.
Let me say something to Jhené real quick. Run, sis, run, okay? Coming from someone who was in a long-term relationship, 8 years, actually, and had to end it, you know, for obvious reasons. Don't do it, girl. Like, when it comes to men, well, some men, they typically know almost right away if you're the person that they want to be with. She has his baby, you know, like, what else are you waiting for at this point? And like one of the people said, there's no perfect relationship out there. She's been sticking with him for 8 years. What's going on here? I don't know.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, what I think is important to note about Big Sean and Jhené Aiko, they've been together for a long period of time. They've also done a lot of music together. There's a lot of intertwining of their lives and business, professional lives. So I think it's hard for them to separate the two from each other. I really think what's interesting about Big Sean right now and him not committing to her is the fact that he has no one else in his register right now. So he's always been committed to her in a very interesting way, but never really put the ring on it. Maybe he doesn't believe in marriage.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe for him, he just sees this as an opportunity to connect with somebody that he loves. I mean, there's a lot of people in Hollywood who just says, you know, marriage is not my thing.
Yeah, and I have to give him credit for that statement. I was definitely reading in between the lines. He had it up. He kept it classy. I feel like he said just enough without disrespecting her or putting too much out there. So
well, if marriage is what she wants, then
like
she
you
might
said,
want to
run.
get out. Yeah, run, girl. Yeah, seriously.
All right, guys, let's wrap things up with Janet Jackson, because TMZ is reporting that she is gearing up for a Las Vegas residency. The Control Singer, I knew someone out there would love this one. The Control Singer is reportedly in the final stages of signing a residency deal with Resorts World. Ms. Jackson's show is set to kick off in December. She's also set to ring in the new year with a special New Year's Eve performance at the famous venue. Her show is expected to be a relatively short stint, but the final details and dates are still being hammered out. And I love this for her, to be honest with you guys.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
For the nation, yes. Well, when are we going to Vegas?
Yes,
we got to get our tickets.
We got to get our leggings.
Yes.
We got to slick our hair back into a, the slick back.
The edges,
yes. The Rhythm Nation, we got to get going.
Right.
So, yeah, girl, let me know when you're ready to book.
I just saw her at Capital One Arena about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm here for Janet. This whole season of her life. And one thing I did say is that for the first time, and I always see her on tour, she's happy.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
So we love to meet a Joe around here.
Same.
It'll be good for her. One of the things that I would love to see about this residency is she'll be able to really put together a performance that she doesn't have to move around.
Yeah.
Right? And I think a lot of performers, when they go on tour, they have all these moving parts, but it's hard for them to get a stage that's set for them, and they can come back to every single night and build it out the way that she wants to. So it'll be good.
Yeah, hopefully she can perform in that dome.
Oh, the Sphere?
Yeah, the Sphere.
That would be amazing.
That would be so lit. So yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna
Well,
put
you
that
were
out
lit.
there.
Thank you for coming on Celebrity Dish. Lion Lunch Hour at 11.
Yes, Lion Lunch
All right.
Hour.
Jacqueline.
All right, Marissa.